Jefferson checking in.
We are here.
We in for the next
What's up?
of this current series.
Well, yo.
We got AB in the building.
What's up?
We got Young Pat. He has
What it do?
returned.
What it do? I'm back. Did you miss me, bro? I kind of feel like they missed me a little bit. Shout out to my little brother, Crunch AC Noel for holding it down
And
for
shout out to
me.
AC.
Appreciate little bro. He did a great job. So kudos to you, young man.
And the ending meme was phenomenal. So
And the meme.
thanks for that, Zach.
He gave y'all a meme.
No, Zach gave us a meme.
Oh, Zach gave y'all a
see
meme.
it.
You have to see it.
You
He
memed
memed
the
the meme
Nashville
guy.
meme guy.
It was so dope.
He gonna put that in the group chat.
It was
That's-
funny as shit.
That's cool. Y'all, Zach thought I was playing when I told him that he was the Nashville meme guy.
No, he literally is.
Yeah.
And he's
He
a
got
joy.
like two of them, like that went like super viral. The one where he was like, when folks be asking me for my advice, and I ended with a, but I don't know, just in case your life fails you, you can't say that I blamed you for it. That one went viral, and it was one other one that went viral. Like a lot of people was reposting it.
That's dope.
Like Birdman, Rick Ross, a whole bunch of folks. But
That's dope.
we have a special guest in the building today. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the MassCtv and 28th and Jefferson crew.
Alright. Good evening, everybody. MassCtv, 28th and Jefferson. This is Robert Fitzgerald.
Checking in.
Yeah, checking in.
How you
checking
doing?
I'm
Mr. Rob. Right
very
here.
glad to be here. Yeah.
Special young man right here.
Need it.
This young man's been doing this for a while here in the Nashville community.
What has he been doing, Dub?
A little piece.
A little piece. Tell him.
Ah,
A spell.
all right.
Motivation, positivity,
Uh-huh.
male masculinity,
Yeah.
dedication.
Uh-huh.
All those good things.
At a young
Anything
age.
good. Yeah.
At a young age. And now he's here with us on 28th and Jefferson to share some more of this insight. So, starting with top teens, man. That's where we go back.
Top teens.
Starting with
Wow.
top teens, man.
I haven't heard that in years,
Yes.
bro.
Tell them, man.
Wow.
Whoa,
Let 'em
top
know.
teens, man. Well, I gotta go back to the teens then.
This is when I came across you, man.
Yeah, that
You've
was
been
the
rocking ever since.
groundbreaking. That's why,
Yeah.
shoot, they throw me out there, man. You know how it is back then. They tell you to get up there and say something.
Yeah.
So you get up there and you
And
say
you was the
something.
only one around our age demographic that was getting up there and saying something prolific at
Yeah.
an early age.
Yeah,
We
man.
was still trying to read if we wanted to read. I wasn't about to read in school really, just because I felt like it.
Mm-hmm.
You was up there with some advanced education, knowledge at that age.
I'm glad to hear you say that. That's an honor to hear you say that. Really, I was just at the time, man, regurgitating. My passion really comes from my mother. She was an English teacher, so you coming up in a household like that, you can't use comma splices in your, writing when you're doing your homework. You can't use incorrect subject verb agreement. So
Yeah.
all those types of things matter,
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much it, man. It was just a,
Cool.
regurgitation back then.
Well, you wanna tell the people what it is that you do?
What you got
Was-
What your
Specifically,
specialty and your
Yeah.
trade and your skill is? What your gift to 28th and Jefferson and the Nashville
Right.
community
Right.
is?
Well, like he mentioned, top teams and other experiences like that obviously exposed me to the public speaking platform.
Okay.
So a lot of us have experience with that. But what I wanted to do at this point in my life was just take all of those experiences and channel them into another generation, because as we go into this era of digital media, where text media is pretty much how we convey our written and spoken word. I want to basically just re-emphasize that it's very important to know how to convey yourself properly and how to do it clearly.
Right.
That's all.
And I kind of feel like that's somewhat becoming a lost art.
Absolutely.
Like, just being able to, it's crazy, but just being able to speak and write. Not necessarily going to say read and write,
Yeah.
but just being able to speak and write, and articulate
Right.
in a technical yet proper manner
Right.
is becoming a lost art. I mean, like predicted text and, these LOL, LMAOs of the world have kind of, have kind of handicapped everybody.
Absolutely.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I do have one I guess you would acronym. That's kind of my favorite
What
though.
is it?
Let me see. Let me spell it out. It's what is it? KTFGO, whatever that one is. Nah. Hold on. KWTFGO. Y'all know what that is? KWTFGO. Close.
Right, that's what I thought.
Close. Y'all know what the fuck going on?
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. That's
seen
my
it.
favorite one though.
I like
You
that.
know what the fuck is going
I
on.
might adopt it.
Yeah. Now that one
I
is
love it.
my favorite one though.
I'm feeling it.
Slick. I guess for me, what do you see our state of communication in, particularly the ages of, I'm gonna say 35 on down to our teenagers? Like, how do you see? What direction do you see us going in at the trajectory that we're going in? Do you feel as though it's a lost generation, or do you feel as though there need to be more leaders like you who focus on the articulation and being able to communicate to those young people and telling them how important it is to communicate?
I think it's definitely the latter. Just because this is something that hopefully, like you said, will catch on and will be, replicated if enough people see the need. Because as you go from generation to generation, we always know that whether we talking about culture, whether we talking about languages, whether we talking about customs, whatever, you already run the risk of losing a little bit of your integrity.
Right.
So unless somebody's kind of there holding the flag and keeping the old guard, so to speak, then you risk losing those traditions. And like you said, with the trajectory that we're on, there really isn't any type of, nobody really is paying attention to speaking correctly. Like you said, nobody's really caring about how those things I guess factor in to their aesthetic and their own sense of self-identity. But when they get to the levels where they're really trying to have their identity go to the next level, they encounter some issues, and then they can't understand that a lot of times it's because on those smaller levels you're not doing the work to make sure that you're correct. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like building on arithmetic, basically. You know how to talk, and you know how to articulate. Like you said, you can express yourself a number of different ways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I know I don't want to, shoot 1,000 shots or 1,000 questions, but another question that I have is can you explain to, the 28th and Jefferson viewers or our viewers that are watching live MassCtv how important it is for not only just the verbal articulation to be correct when need be, but also that written portion. Because you want to know something that burns me up, and this is one of those language/mathematic issues. But I hate when people put the dollar sign behind the money, behind the number. You ever got a text message and somebody be like, it's $30 to get in, and or something costs $100 and they put 100, then the dollar sign behind it. You ever seen that?
That was a whole edit. Yeah,
But that's
they
only
messed
people
that up.
who be texting you.
Maybe so. Y'all
My
hear that?
folks know not to hit me with that.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Miss AB,
They
Miss.
know, don't hit me with
Listen, Miss AB told all of my friends that be texting me all wrong, and I know I'm using terrible subject verb
Stop it.
agreement to stop that.
Just stop it.
But yeah, I hate that. And I pulled one of my little brothers to the side now, and he's a very prominent young socialite in the city. Does his own thing. Got a lot of popping events going on and whatnot. And I pulled him to the side, and I was like, "Little bro, you sent me that mass text message, and I saw hella errors in this text message for whatever the event was." I pulled him to the side, and I was like, "Yo, if you want to get out of being local, you gotta fix this." I said, because I want to say the example I may have used was Ciroc or somebody like that. I said, what if a brand ambassador for Ciroc were to run across this text message or were to run across you, and then they see,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying, and they see okay, I was looking at this kid and I was looking at this kid, but one of them knows how to articulate himself better than the other, and you know what I'm saying, it adds on to your points that are taken away from you.
Exactly.
And a lot of times that's how a lot of business deals broken.
Yeah.
Because I told him, I said, yo, had it just been me, then I probably would have been like, no, I'm smooth on you. Like, we could have, like, you know, conversed and whatnot, but, you know, it wouldn't have been too much more other than that. You would have had to blow me away in the conversation for me to take you serious from that point. You know, so how important is it that people also know how to write as well as, you know,
Very important.
Yeah.
as well as they need to know how to articulate.
The
Exactly.
smallest things
Self-education.
irritate me.
Right.
When someone texts me, "Hey, I'm going to the car," but they text TOO. I'm like, that's like
Yeah.
that's
Typo.
not what
Listen.
you're doing. You're not
Listen.
going to the car.
You're not
You're
go-
going to the car.
Yeah.
You know, you need to fix that. Or they put, you know, they're like, "Hey, I'll let you know what their price are." You know,
THERE?
it
Oh, yeah.
fucks me completely up. It
Yeah, see,
burns my soul. Let me tell you, that
Yeah.
right there will get you cut off. I've cut, and don't get me wrong,
Come on,
they know.
preach.
And if you didn't know, now you know why I cut
Listen
your
up,
ass
fella.
off. And I'm fucked
Yeah,
with some
listen up.
niggas and cut them off because they can't spell.
Yeah.
That shit is irking as hell
Most
to
of
me.
them
Listen.
got spell check. How they spell?
Listen.
I swear I done cut some people off because their ass can't spell, and their grammar is terrible.
That warrants to be cut off.
Yeah,
I cannot sit here and have an argument with you if you're saying shit like that.
yeah, them homophones is a mother, ain't it?
And I damn sure can't be attracted to you if you can't spell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need that Aquila and the B swag.
I apologize. I apologize.
Never know what points is getting taken from.
Yeah,
you
have
know?
a sip. Red comes up for AB. She is
Red
on
cups up,
one.
y'all, because I
Yeah.
don't play that shit. You need to learn.
So
People be thinking that shit is cool.
yeah, so we've talked a little bit about you know how to articulate yourself and how important that is, as well as in the verbal and the written form. But I'm gonna touch on, give you a couple of instances, I guess, that we could talk about, because your other skill is that you are a PR guy, correct?
Right.
So I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go on ahead and pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
you
do
need
you have
that.
to direct
Yeah, come
attention
on.
to me? We're going to get out of
Come on.
control if I keep pouring.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a couple of examples of things that have been going on in social media / black culture, and just for us to talk about. And the most recent one is the Fabulous and Emily B situation, in which, if you want to, we can kind of like lead into the whole Ray Rice thing,
Oh, my goodness.
because
Here we go.
they lightweight the same thing, slick.
Slick.
Kinda
Just a
slick.
tad. Have
Yeah.
some similarities,
You know, one.
This guy.
Y'all hear Dub? He needs to see
he
the
needs to see
video.
the video.
Listen. The Me Too culture is gonna jump on your back if you keep hollering
I
out.
done told you
I got
about
a strong back.
Man,
Look,
listen, bro.
Dub ain't going for it.
Listen. That Me Too culture might be as strong as the Beehive, bro.
I ain't worried about it. My damn mother bees.
So if you were, let's say you were Fabulous's PR, what direction would you advise him to do? Because Fab has lost a lot of fans in less than 1 week.
It's looking bad.
Yeah, it's looking real bad for Fab right now. And I like Fab. Don't slander me for it. But
Nobody's going to slander you. For
it's
what you
looking
like.
it's looking bad for
like what
Fab
they
right
like.
now.
Honestly, Fab. To be honest with you, I don't know what Fab has been doing creatively. So you know, a lot of times it factors in creatively to how you can leverage your identity with the public. A lot of times for artists I know who we haven't heard a lot from in a while, like Fab, he kind of been off the scenes anyway, and so things like this tend to be catalysts, you know, to bring you, kind of put you kind of. Bow Wow is kind of going through a little bit of some of the same things
Bow Wow
right now.
is.
And so
He got a
you
couple
know,
of them going on.
yeah,
He
so
always got some shit going on.
so in those instances, it's kind of like that's kind of like a simple fix, man. Just sit down,
Just sit
you know,
down.
sit your. Excuse me, speak.
You can
down,
cuss on
you
here.
know what I'm
Sit your
saying?
ass down.
Well,
You can cuss.
You know.
I guess the whole thing with Fab and AB, you got some interaction going on your
I
live.
do. They going
do.
crazy. Blasian said, "Yes, pull up, bitch. Girl, you saw it. You know it."
I guess my thing with Fab is like Fab has always, for the most part, at least I think I can speak for most guys when I say this, but Fab to us has kind of always been like literally the coolest rapper
He's dope.
ever.
He's a dope individual.
Ever,
All
like
around.
under the sun. I would only give one other rapper just as many cool points as him.
Who's that?
And this nigga used to rap off beat.
Who is it?
Silk the Shocker, bro. Silk,
Oh.
I don't know who.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Zach, you feel me a little bit, bro.
He
A
took
little
it back,
bit. Yeah, but
baby.
do
I
that.
took it back.
He took it back.
I mean, but you got to think, like, okay, so you said Fab, you don't know what Fab has been doing creatively lately. So Fab's, I guess, his last biggest thing was the Freddie versus Jason mixtape with Jadakiss. I mean, other than that, Fab has kind of sort of been staying afloat, you know, via social media and like club appearances. Not so much so as for Fab the rapper, but more so as Fab the cool ass rapper. Like, he's not making these appearances and doing like performances. He's like pulling up with other guys like Mr. Ruggs and some more of his other people, and they just like chilling. You know what I'm saying? So for that, let's say that Fab was like out in the public spotlight, you know, a la Chris Brown, because they are like damn near best friends. Let's say that he was like working like we know Brother Breezy is. Like, how can Fab bounce back from this, I'm gonna say, a black eye?
right.
Had he been creative?
That would be the answer. Working. You know, get to work. Get back in the studio, man. Give us something to distract me.
Exactly.
You know, what I'm saying? I
Distraction.
need that FABO.
Yeah.
You know, so get back in there and drop some heat, because you know, that either that or just letting it die down as a relationship issue.
Yeah.
You know, you have to keep it consistent in the sphere of your issue. So
Yeah.
it's
I
gonna be
believe
personal.
that too. If you're hard at work and you're distracted and you're bombarding yourself with work, there's less time for incidents as these, you know, as
Right.
such. I'm not saying that, you know, when you're in a relationship, things don't happen, but there's less time for bullshit. And I honestly think that this is some bullshit.
I think it is too. However, I guess I got one foot on one side of the fence and one foot on. Of course, I'm on the side that men should never hit women.
I didn't say that was okay either, but
However,
we know that he hit her?
bingo. That's what I was about to say. Because
Do
Fab
we know that?
Fab has
Do we know
always
that?
been like the coolest cat under the sun, and that's
don't
just
know.
so uncharacteristic
Because
of
there
him.
can be a thin line between love and hate type shit going on. She could have pushed her own teeth back.
And you know what?
I'm just
hey,
saying.
hey,
I'm
hey.
just saying.
Hey.
Females will get mad and they will do some of the craziest
Crazy stuff,
shit
yeah.
that you would never think of. But honestly, love will make you do some crazy shit. She loves that man. I know she loves that man. They've been together for so long, and it's hard to let go when you're comfortable with somebody.
How many kids they got together?
Exactly, but that
They got-
that,
it's
that
like
doesn't
3?
mean you have to be together either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that can be what's keeping them together, but you don't have to be together for your kids.
And Fab, let's just go ahead and say this: Fab loves her just as much. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Oh, Zach over there shaking his head. No, you don't think so?
You don't think so, Zach?
And Zach like,
So you think he
nah,
pushed
bro.
them teeth back? Okay. It's all right. The relationship.
The dynamic of the relationship.
It doesn't seem as mutual. That's what Zach said.
So-
Zach said it doesn't seem as mutual.
So, in talking to Boss Man, we're gonna ask Boss Man. So, do you who you think is more invested? You think Emily B is more
I think
invested?
she's more
than
invested. I agree with that as well.
than Fab? Does she have the most to lose, or does Fab have the most to lose? Because Fab right now is facing 10 in the can.
Career wise.
Yeah. Very true. Until Mona Scott Young scrolls through her phone and finds Emily B's number, and then her career is resurrected again. She'll be on Love and Hip Hop New York.
I can't say that I wouldn't be surprised to see her on there anyway.
Vi-
Yeah, she might.
She
be-
probably
yeah,
has. She
yeah.
I don't know. We might have to fact check that, but she may have already been a regular
She's been on some show.
on there.
That's how I even knew who she was. Emily B was on what was it? Love and
It may have been one of those Love and Hip Hop.
Y'all help us out if y'all know what show Emily B was on.
Yeah.
She was on it wasn't no
please
damn
let me know
basketball
who
wise.
Emily
It
B
was
is.
some it's Fabulous's
This is baby mama,
baby mom.
but
I
that-
hate saying baby mom.
Yeah, I
It's the
don't
mother
like
of his children.
with what they going through right now, this is baby mama, bro. With what they going through.
Gosh,
But
I hate that they have
from
to be
a-
associated with bad.
Y'all
shit.
know, right? But this has to be like a PR nightmare for somebody. And like what you said with Fab not really being, I don't want to say relevant because
He's very
he's
relevant.
very relevant, but he's relevant.
Not as active in his music career. as
Right,
he is.
he's relevant in spots. He's relevant in moments. He has his moments when he's relevant. Like whenever he lets everybody know, yo, I got even a new verse coming out.
Yeah.
Like the streets will be buzzing for like 3 weeks, and then after that it's like boom, all right, we smooth
He's
on
smoothing
Fab.
out,
Yeah, we smooth on Fab.
But see, when he does pop off with anything, he pops off.
He pops off, but he doesn't have that longevity run. Fab is
I
a
agree.
sprinter when it comes to stuff like that. He'll get you to the finish line in a short distance though. But he's not like a Chris Brown who gonna give you 4 years straight, no breaks. You know what I'm saying?
All gas.
I see what you did right there.
I guess to an extent that's why his PR issue really isn't, it ain't that much of a nightmare.
Okay,
so to
somebody
speak.
said she was on Love and Hip Hop New York, y'all. I'm sorry. So
Okay, no,
that
you
is
good.
so she was on Love and Hip Hop.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
I heard
Okay.
the name,
AC?
but
Yeah,
I-
somebody.
I'm
Okay,
familiar
yep.
with it.
Miss
Yeah.
Brick said that. Yep, New York, Love and Hip Hop, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I mean, I don't know. So like, what makes his situation? I guess what about his situation drives your desire for PR, or because I would imagine that PR you would have to like be well invested with any type of situation that comes your way, positive or negative. So like I said, let's say that Fab was like, "Yo, Rob, I need you to take care of this."
Right.
What would be step number one for you?
Well, step number one, honestly, is a statement. I mean,
So
and
he
it's-
has to go public.
Yeah,
And make a
you gotta
statement.
go public
Exactly.
instantly.
He has to go public.
Yeah, you gotta go public.
I kind of feel like he did that somewhat, maybe not so much so in the verbal sense, but maybe more so in the literal sense.
He knocked her out.
You
I think he knocked her teeth out.
you think he hit her with the Mike Tyson,
A
bro?
couple of them loose.
It's been like a week or two. How many weeks?
I'm sorry.
Nah, this came out last week. It's like a couple days old. Yeah, it's like a week.
If not, somebody
Yeah,
fucking
'cause-
up.
You don't give people too long to talk about it, man. It can
Rob,
vex
we
them
have a
to
question.
Speculate,
At this point.
you know.
At this point,
That's how-
he done knocked her
We
teeth
have a
out.
question from one of our viewers for you.
All right, so you have a question.
Did
Holla
you
at
go to MLK?
I went to MLK.
Yes,
Yeah.
AC. He
Yeah.
went to MLK.
Last
Okay.
05.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
MLK in the building.
Shout out
Yeah.
MLK.
Shout out to
All the
MLK.
great people in MLK.
Okay, we have Miss I Am Brittany Starr, who is a good friend of mine. She does a lot of PR work as well. I don't know if she's still on. I can't tell who is still on or not. But yeah, she and I were talking about earlier, to get off subject just a little bit. But she and I were talking about earlier about like what all goes into your packages. Like when people come to you and it's like, Rob, like, yo, I need help with A, B, C, and D. Like,
Right.
how do you price that type of stuff?
But honestly, I'm just getting started. And me and J Dub were talking about this last week. I was like, how should I price my stuff, man? Like, 'cause I really don't know what's overpricing and I don't know what's underpricing.
But you know your worth.
Right, and I know my worth, but I've researched the market. And typically, I mean, I'm starting out with a very simple press package where I just do press release, simple branding in terms of if you need a logo, things like a mission statement. Obviously.
Almost like a
You gotta
starter
have that,
kit,
a
for real.
starter kit.
Almost like a starter
what's
pack.
gonna
Build
get you
your
off the
own
ground.
business starter kit.
Slip.
And replicated by bigger companies, but just on a small scale. And so I'm thinking maybe shooting that for 300, and my press releases typically don't come down to a page, so about 100. And I really work under that depending on
Who you are.
who I'm really dealing with, just because, like I said, I'm trying to work with the brethren. So this is a small scale thing, a small business, and by all means, I'm looking to learn and network. So, Miss Brittany, if you have other people, other individuals who you would prefer to send my way, refcommunicates@gmail.com, please holler at me.
You have another question, man. You popping out here, man.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Brittany also said, what stories and accusations would you advise your clients to ignore? That's a good one. That is a really good one. Like, what type of situations would you be like, nah, like, we need to address this, or nah, bro, we're going to let that one roll.
Question. Shout her out.
That is a really, y'all be sure to follow Miss I Am Brittany Star.
I am Brittany Star.
Y'all can
out
see
to
her
Miss
in the
Star.
comments. She is being active.
Well, I don't feel like you. The first rule is you absolutely don't run from the truth. You absolutely
I love
don't run.
that.
That's something.
That's a good one.
That's actually why we're in a PR nightmare as a country, because you just don't run from the truth. So if it's personal, no matter how personal it is,
Or
you don't
true.
run from the truth. That's why you get a PR person. You know, you get me, and then I let them know the truth in your own or different words, rather. You know, we'll find a way to let them know the truth.
Okay, Big Cam 615 said, "What's up, Rob Scales
What's
Funeral Home family member?"
Okay, okay.
All
What's up?
right.
How you
Man,
doing,
Rob out
Scales?
here popping in
You
the
ain't popping.
he popping in the comments.
What's happening?
Okay.
Miss Brittany, did that answer your question? I hope it did. So, speaking of PR nightmares and accusations, with us being in Nashville, y'all knew I was gonna go here.
Oh my God.
Y'all knew I was gonna go here. Yeah,
I knew he was gonna go for the mayor. It's the
man,
mayor.
come on now.
I knew it.
Yeah, go on, take a sip. Yeah, we about to hop
I'm
on
gonna take a
this.
sip.
We about to hop on this
I would
mayor.
like to go ahead and say shout out Erica Gilmore. running for-
Shout out Erica Gilmore, who will be running for mayor. I think we
Shout out.
we kind of need to make this like a three state thing, because you know Atlanta has their first black mayor. I think isn't Keisha the first black mayor of Atlanta? And then I forgot my
Nashville have Erica.
let's let Nashville have Erica. You know,
Or
Charlotte.
There's a professor from Vanderbilt, black lady who's running as well.
Charlotte has a black mayor also. Charlotte has a black mayor also. So about
We out
our
here.
Yes, man.
about our former mayor. How do you feel about how that situation popped off, and what would you have advised her to do?
Well, I think the situation actually went pretty well, considering the fact that she had multiple kind of issues going on. I mean, it was a lot going on. That was layered. So, you got everything from public issues with finance and things, and with people's money, to personal issues and fidelity and things like that. So, I think she attacked them in the order in which she should have attacked them. You know, you address those personal things first, get those all out the way, and we can get to that other stuff later, you know, because we got other people tied up in that process anyway, other talking heads. And so as far as her coming forward, her making her statement, her letting everybody know that she was, you know, sorry for it, what more can you do? She had a good PR person, man.
Man, you know what's so crazy though? My thing is you kind of got to know when the heat is on, or like,
Okay, in your DMX.
you know what I'm saying?
You
Don't
gotta
get
do
me
your
started.
best DMX voice when you say shit like that.
Yeah, don't get me started. You gotta know, like as Tommy Egan would say, when somebody about to try to cancel Christmas on you, bro. Because like I kind of feel like
It was
she
a
had
setup.
I think part of it was a setup, but I also think that she was under a microscope way before anybody even
Anything
knew that.
popped off.
Well, you got to think, because you know right now, not only as a city but as a country, we are fighting this war on drugs. Not so much so marijuana, cocaine, but more so like these opioids and you know these prescription drugs.
Yeah.
I remember her son OD'd a couple months prior. He, you know, I hate to say it, but he was a fiend. He was a druggie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so from that point on, I think she should have like dotted her I's and crossed her T's like 2 or 3 times. Because at that point, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You already are a political leader, and by you being a woman already, first off, that right there already puts you under a microscope anyway. Because let's just call it what it is. Had this been a man, none of this probably would have happened. Had it been a
Honestly,
man, I don't think any of this would have happened.
I think that she was, you know, having her affair.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wanted a piece of the booty too. They shot. She said no, I won't go.
Did Kim?
Because they couldn't get a piece of the booty.
Well,
That's just my honest opinion. I don't care what y'all think. Y'all don't have to shoot me down. I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Listen,
I think somebody always trying to dip their hand in a cookie jar, and when they couldn't get nothing, not even a crumb, they got upset.
I don't think that you far off though. I don't think you far off. I think that you are on track. Maybe not so much so. I think example wise, you and I think different, but
That's my opinion.
principle wise, I think she owns
Everybody
something.
is
You know what I'm
entitled
saying?
to their opinion, and that's
I
my
think-
opinion.
I
I don't
think
care
she
what
onto
anybody else
something.
thinks, and that don't even have to be what happened. But that's what I think.
I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. I think that because it came out that they was like meeting up at like a cemetery or some shit like that.
For the
Like
sex?
I don't know if that
my
was what it was,
God.
but
I
it.
feel it.
He was
But-
killing the pussy, huh?
You know what?
I'm sorry. Y'all, okay, red cups up. I'm sorry.
AB coming with Candy coming very soon.
I'm
But-
sorry. Out of
but-
control.
But
Today,
I
gotta
think
go.
I do think that somehow or another a third or maybe even fourth person came along and hit her with the yo, bro, like cut me this check, run me this bread, or else I'm squealing to everybody under the sun. And she probably didn't want to chance it and was like,
Come forward.
let me go ahead and come forward, which might be why she didn't exactly get killed as much,
Yeah.
no pun intended, but
Yeah.
killed as much as somebody else would have. Because
Yeah.
let this have been anybody else. Let this have been anybody else. This is a political figure, and she got away with it. I won't say got away with it, but we all know she about to write a #1 New York Times best-selling book, and she gonna be straight. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think, like I said, I don't think that you're very far off. I think that she got blackmailed and was like, fuck this
I'm
blackmail.
not doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zach has an okay. The wife of the security guard, her dad left her $1 million. Okay. Oh, so she really just needed a reason to cut him off. Slick.
So you think it was the wife? Girl.
So do you think that Zach? Come on, Zach, with the insight, man. You sure
I
you don't
love
work
it.
for one of these other blog sites?
Zach probably got the footage on his camera where he recording us on.
Chill. Okay.
That's just so disturbing to meet up
Yes.
for a nightcap
Yeah.
at a cemetery. I don't care what you
You know how they get
That is
down.
weird.
Politicians.
So
That's
with
weird.
that being the case, do you think it was one of these instances like where, how we've all heard that like really popular guys, like athletes, entertainers, their wives know that there's like a second or a third person? You think that it was one of those instances where
She knew.
the security
She was just
guy,
waiting for a
the
way
wife,
out.
the wife knew that her husband was doing this, and
And
she
she
was
just
just.
needed an out.
It seemed like a pretty legit out to me.
That's so whack, because she probably had her dick on the side, too.
And you know what? Maybe we need to save that for a coming with Candy, because I think that women. I think first off, y'all are just as bad as guys, but y'all are so much slicker than guys.
Oh yeah.
So
Y'all see
much
my
slicker
Sylvester
than
the
guys.
Cat Grant?
Yeah, I know. The only way they would have been able to get away with it is if they didn't play around so much. Like, Zach can correct me if I'm wrong, if you know, but I heard that they were taking trips like out of the country, and
Security guard?
yeah, with her. But they were supposed to be business trips though.
Oh,
They're
it
supposed
was
to be
business. A
business.
lot of business being handled. Baby.
Brittany, come and get this AB.
I'm sorry, Brittany.
So my thing is like, if we going out of town, or if we going out of the country for business, we don't need to have all these extra days lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get in, do what you do, and we gotta bounce, because
They was
eventually
having fun.
you can't have fun when you trying to do it in the dark.
Honestly, I think that's all people need. Like, all this relationship shit is just so overrated. I just want somebody to basically just go on trips with, and just to spend some time with and have a good
At
conversation.
least you know that.
It's just so
At least you
whack.
know that.
Vacation.
All we should be doing is traveling and having sex and shit like that. Like, making money, getting money, figuring out business plan. All this other extra shit is just Right. It's whack.
Is this one of those? Is this one of those stories that you would like beg to, not necessarily beg, but you would love to take on one of those PR stories?
Definitely.
Whose side would you like to take on? The mayor
That's a good
side,
question.
the security guard side, or the wifey or the husband of either
So you got
spouse?
4 choices.
You got 4 choices. You got Mayor Berry, you got the bodyguard, Mayor Berry's husband, and the bodyguard's wife.
Right.
Well, that's easy, man. You just go, honestly, I know it sounds big, you just go for the chick, man. Mayor Barry, that's what
That's
you
that check.
Well, considering that
Well,
wife
wife
just
though.
got the million, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Wife did get broke
Wife
out.
got
But
the
yeah,
million,
it would be
but
between the women.
Yeah.
Honestly, just because it's a part of, it's a part of us that knows that women ain't gonna really get prosecuted, I'm saying, or persecuted even, to the extent
That a man
always
will.
that a man will, you know, so there's that too.
yeah.
So,
We looking straight on the
Yep.
All
Okay.
right, good.
Well, shoot, Rob, tell him
5.
what you get.
What we got coming up, man? Do you have anything planned in the future? You don't have to give it all away, but just some
I'm hearing
things
the
that
right
people
ideas. Something
people
to
need to
look
be
forward to.
looking forward to.
well, this month, basically,
Monthly plan.
yeah, I know we can't
We
do
gonna
a
go month
monthly
to month.
thing. It was, my birthday is April 22nd.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Happy birthday. My birthday is
But,
next week, so.
oh, for real?
April
Aries,
babies,
okay.
April babies in here.
And, yeah, so I always like to do a little something environmental. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of atypical for us, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's what I'm all about, you know, like,
Understandable.
bringing people on board, you know, and really what I'm trying to do is just kind of get a campaign going to get into some of the schools, elementary schools. I got a guy named Bryson Terrell I'm working with,
Okay.
and he does
Shout out to Bryson Terrell.
Yeah, shout out to Bryson, man. And he's doing some work with them, so I'm gonna try to partner with him just for the month of April to kind of do some good environment,
And get
stuff,
back.
man.
That's,
Cool.
Plant the
that's
trees,
so
man.
dope.
Cool. That's cool, man. You gotta start early, man, and giving back, man. How do you feel about the landscape of all these black candidates that we have coming up?
I love it, man. We got over 4 or 5.
May.
We
Yeah,
in
right.
here.
I'm
We
feeling
in
good
here.
about
That's how I
that.
feel about it.
Now the thing is, you know, we gotta keep everything, every other area posted, man.
And you know what? This May 1st election, is that when it is, May 1st? The May 1st election is really important, and I can't stress this enough.
No tax for tracks.
All of us are tired of the orange man being in office, right? In order to get him out, it really starts at the local level. Like, it really starts at every election. So no matter how low the election is on your scale of importance, because everybody thinks that the quote-unquote presidential election is the only one
And it's
that
not.
counts. But that's actually how he got in, was because he didn't win the popular vote. He won through the electoral college. And the way that you change the electoral colleges, I guess you would say, their direction and who they are going to vote for, is by starting off at all of these local elections and changing the electors of the electoral college. And once you
Correct me
change
if I'm
them,
wrong. Hasn't the date passed? Was it?
the registration date was, when, was it the
Was it
second?
yesterday?
No, it was either yesterday or
I
the
think it was
second.
yesterday.
The last day to register,
To register.
Who like last week?
Well,
Sure
y'all,
it was
y'all
last
haven't,
week?
I
No,
think
I thought it was
it was,
the
I think it was
I
yesterday.
think it was either
Yeah, it
yesterday.
was in the past week.
Yeah. So if you haven't registered, the date is closed.
Yeah.
Shame on you. You should definitely register.
Early voting starts on the 11th. Go ahead and get out there early. If you ain't gonna make it to the polls on May 1st. No tax for tracks. I don't care. If you feel the way, I need to hear it because it is.
We'll talk about that
No
next show.
tax for tracks.
We'll definitely talk about that on the next
Yeah,
one.
that's all for anybody over there. Anybody on TV.
Yeah, TV man can't see you right now.
Man.
Well, let me ask you this so that we can wrap it up. Do you have any social media, any type of information, or any way that we can get in touch with you? Go ahead and
Give me your
tell
social media tags.
Absolutely.
tell our people what they
Absolutely.
can reach.
Right now, just hit me on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook, Forever Communications. We're still working on the site under maintenance, so maybe in the next couple of weeks that'll be up definitely by the end of the month. Just one more thing before I go. I also Shot a movie back in 2012 by the name title He Ain't Heavy. Right now it's streaming on the Urban Movie Channel, so if you have an opportunity, $4.99 a month, just go subscribe. Urban Movie Network, Urban Movie Channel. He Ain't Heavy is the name of it. And shout out to all the actors, the production crew, and everybody that helped out with that effort. It's a really good project, so I think a lot of people who are interested in pledging societies and things of that nature, it's a definitely a good project to look at. So
Cool, man. I'm glad you told me that, man. I got a homeboy of mine that does, he's really into theater and theater arts. My dog, Jaren. He does a lot of
Jaren is
plays.
super dope. He does plays at
that's-
TSU and stuff.
Yeah.
He is super
That's my
dope.
dog,
Shout out to
so, man,
Jaren.
Shout out True Blue.
Hopefully, shout out True Move, my dog KP.